Yo, yo, yo.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What up? What up? As everyone filters into the room, Naya.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm lovely.
Listen, we're going to have a fantastic stream tonight. Hopefully this is working. You guys already know. I never know. Let me know as you guys come into the room. How are we looking? How are we sounding? Let me know. But while everyone's getting into the room, hopefully. Naya, how's your week, man?
It's been good. It's been a good week.
Gotcha.
Happy it's Friday, always. But it's been a good week, solid.
It's been a solid week.
Yeah, how was your week?
It was good. I say good like facetiously because it was my entire week has been crazy. It's been nuts. It's been a lot going on. I don't know if I told you this, but I had someone recently pass who I used to work with. You might have known him.
Oh no, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. And what I've been going on and doing is recording a tribute video for his family.
Oh.
So I have my camera and stuff at work throughout the day. We've done like 30 interviews so far.
Do I know the person?
Trenton?
Oh yeah, Vinny?
Yes.
Yes.
Please don't say first and last name.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it.
I'm gonna have to make sure it's on the right same one. My bad.
bleep. I'm half playing with you. What up, everybody coming into the stream? What's good? What's good? The beat store. What's good, my G? Can't wait for this one. Salud, my G. I can't wait either. We about to have a fantastic conversation. Jonathan, let me go ahead and fix my drink. You're goddamn right. This is Red Cup Talk Fridays. Naya.
Cheers.
Salud. Go and get y'all red cups. I'm tired of y'all coming in here and not coming with no red cups. I'm tired of it. All right? Go get y'all red cups and come back through. Demetrius, salud, my G. How are you? Cam, my G, with the new profile picture. I see you. He's from Jamaica. He's been live streaming. He's come on with us.
Nice.
The Three Kings ATL in the building, my G. Damon, good night, guys. Love in the house. Hashtag happy Friday. Yo, MTR, you should come to Trinidad one day and enjoy Carnival, the land of soca. Listen, I need to come out there. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I know about Carnival. I know about it. Do they do Juve down there? Is that where they have Juve?
I don't know if it's there, but I do know about it.
Listen, I think it is Trinidad. Listen.
You might be right.
Listen, don't tell me that. I come down there in a heartbeat. Listen, I'm planning my 35th birthday party. I'm thinking about Colombia.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think I'd be crazy. Go to
Cartagena?
Yes. And it's like it's like FIFA tournament is down there at the time. It's one of those that's happening. Once again, Chris Afeda, salud. Cam, I see you again. Hold up. Oh, shit, Demetrius with the $100 super chat, my G.
Early.
Holy shit, early.
Appreciate you.
Hold on, we need shots.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm about to go get the bottle. G, my G, always strong supporter of the channel. Thank you so much for the early love, my G. Salud with the $100 super chat. Better use your condoms. Yo, peace, my G. How are you? D, yo, I appreciate you, my G. Thank you. I think we need another drink for that. Salud. This one's for you, my G. This one's for you. Salud. Hats off to the G's that are coming in. Leseni at large. My first time seeing you, G. Good morning, mediocre terms of views and everyone in the chat. Greetings from Nambia. Salud. Everybody coming into the chat. Welcome. As always, we're going to get started in a couple of minutes. In a couple of minutes, as everyone comes into the chat, we're going to get a fantastic discussion going. Okay? Salud. Are you seeing some of the
Yeah, so they were saying that Juver is in Jamaica and in Trinidad, so it's in both.
Okay. It's in both. Yeah. Salud. I see everybody coming in. Lewis, what's good? Parnell Taylor, what's good? Elliot, what's good? What is good? Another week down. I'm just gonna let that hang up there for a quick second. I'm gonna let that hang. So before we get started, and as people are starting to filter into the room, just a couple of quick updates I wanted to go over from a channel perspective. So first of all, I don't know if you guys have realized, but my sound has significantly taken a dip. So another thing that I've invested into for the week is actually a boom arm, which I'm going to have hoisted above here to give us much closer to where the microphone is, so the sound quality can improve. Hashtag progress over perfection. All right. I've been working on improving the quality of the channel, and I can't do that without your guys' continued support. So thank you very much for all of the support. I see Cam down there, like the video. Yes, if you're in there right now, please do me a favor and like the video so we can get this in front of much more people so they can hear the discussion and get the knowledge. Another thing I wanted to go through. What's up?
What's up? What we going through? What we going through?
You good? You all right? We good? All right. So the next thing I wanted to go through is just a quick recap of the videos that was posted throughout the week. So let me share my screen. Look at this. Look at this technology, girl.
This is pretty cool.
You see this technology?
I see you.
I think that's sharing the right screen. Boom. All right. So just real quick, I'm gonna go through. Oh, that's the live stream. So let me go through videos. Let me look at. So you guys seen the content this week did fantastic. So let's talk about it real quick. So the tragedies never make sense. You know, I did that on Sunday night after the situation that happened with Kobe, his daughter Gigi. Salute, rest in peace, rest in heaven. Just wanted to quickly just rap to you guys and talk to you guys about that as an additional way to cope and comprehend kind of what happened and what is going on. I mean, I started off the chat tonight speaking about something that happened very recently with me, and well, not me, but someone that I knew very well in a very sudden passing. So, but outside of that, so the content really this week is number one, why men are not getting married. Salute to Immortal Minds, did a reaction off of his video that got 3.2 thousand views, a lot of comments. Naya was the guest star on that one.
Yes, I was there.
We might need to go through that video and then look through and react to it at some point. I thought it was a fantastic reaction to it. So I know some of the viewers had different perspectives from you, but I want to address those different perspectives. I think it'd be good for the content. I think it'd be good for the channel. The next video that we went through that I uploaded is the story of how I became Red Pill. That is a video I did with Amber, and that one got a lot of love. So right now, 3 days ago, it's sitting at 4.3 thousand views. If you haven't seen it, I you know, if you want to get to know a little bit more of me and the way that I think about everything that's happening, go and click on that video. And then the last one that I uploaded is marriage has no benefit for men. Prove me wrong. So Amber is married. So we went through an entire discussion of the whole marriage benefit thing. So it was a longer video. It was 37 minutes. And what's interesting is that I recorded the marriage has no benefit for men video before I recorded the this is how it happened story, but I uploaded them inversely. Yeah. So it's interesting to see how the dynamic changed from the first conversation of like, you know, talk to me on the benefits of marriage to the second, which is like, this is how I became Red Pill. And then she had a much larger and higher understanding of why I think about things the way that I do. So, and I know you haven't seen that video, which is probably often our differences of opinion on relationships outside of like you having a no Y chromosome. So, so, all right, guys. So that's the quick update. Look, we got enough people in the chat right now. Let's just get this conversation started. Salute again to Demetrius. Let me see what's going on in the comments real quick. Remember to hit that like button. Yeah. Remember to hit that like button. Teacher saw money, MTR. Well, we have an entire discussion on money. That's where my strong suit actually lies. We'll pivot at some point in the conversation and we'll touch back and go through that. So listen. Hi, Naya.
Hi.
Anything you want to share before we get started? Anything you wanted to highlight to people about? Any thoughts regarding the video? Why are men not getting married? I don't know if you've looked through the comments or the views or anything like that, but
So number one rule, never go to the comments. I never do. That's just a thing that I don't do because I already know they can get a little dicey, so I just go ahead and avoid that. But I like talking about different topics. I like hearing different point of view. Even if I don't agree, I still like hearing your point of view. Because sometimes it's just about understanding how people think. Even if you don't agree with how they think, it's just like, you know, it's just a difference of opinion. But I think it's good to still be educated about things that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think like in hearing our different views, right, and understanding how, you know, like I think what can happen is things that benefit me throughout my life, like it's much more harder for me to understand the impact of how these things benefit me versus how they benefit other people. And I think like in doing these videos, I've come up to another understanding of how that can be, but from a woman's perspective, because I think it's real easy for me to either be benefiting from something and not challenge it in society. But often what people sit back and dwell in and have communications with their friends about is what we are disadvantaged with in whatever sect of person that is speaking about it, right? And then you can get into this groupthink, right? Kind of ideology or this echo chamber of ideas. So, right. So that's why I think that's so important that we can come from two different perspectives and talk about things the way that we do.
Sure.
All right. So what's the title of this video real quick? Let me go back.
Some shit we're not even going to talk about.
Why don't men share their emotions and in relationship entitlement? Which one you want to get into first?
Let's talk about relationship entitlement.
All right, let's do that. So let me go, guys. I just posted something on the community chat. Let me go back up here and pull it back up. Actually, let me go on this one. This one I'm sharing. Let me share my screen real quick. Hold on. And this one I just posted. Actually, I posted this one, I think, yesterday. So we got some good. Oh, too small. Tripping. Let me make this bigger. I'll make shit bigger again. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, this is what entitlement looks like from my perspective. Nye and I have very different understandings of what this post is, so we'll get into it. Man and lady have been dating for a while and things are going great in the relationship. They usually spend a few nights a week sleeping over at each other's homes. She rents a high-rise apartment downtown for $1,800 a month. He owns a nice house in a suburb that is paid for outright. Her lease is expiring, and with it comes a 10% rate increase, which will take her rent up to nearly $2,000. The conversation about moving in together came up, and they agreed that living together would be a natural progression of the relationship and would also give them both the opportunity to hit their individual financial goals more quickly, since they would be sharing living expenses instead of paying double for everything each month. He presented her with a proposed budget based on half the cost of the household bills along with the rental amount for $800 per month, and she was flabbergasted. I feel like I'm reading like a word problem back in math class, like back in the day, like, you know, the train is this miles per hour and then the railroad, the other train is this. Anyway, they are now at an impasse because she feels that she shouldn't have to pay any rent since she has no mortgage. And he feels that he sacrificed greatly to pay off his mortgage early without any financial help from her. And she should be happy because she is still saving thousands each month by living there. In your opinion, whose position makes the most sense?
Why are you yelling at these?
I got pissed reading that shit. I got pissed.
I need you to calm down.
Anyway.
I need you to calm down. Too hype.
Listen, too hype. It's Friday though, girl. Okay? It's Friday. And we got our people up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Listen, everybody that's coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Red Cup Talk. If it's your first time here, you got to get the red cups on and popping. Salud. Now, you want to start off with opening arguments? Because, you know, you're goddamn right I can't if needed.
You know what? I'm going to let you go ahead and start. I'll go on the rebuttal.
Okay. This situation is something that I think reigns really well and true within my life because I'm someone right now who purchased a home over a year ago and I'm working to pay it off as hard as I goddamn can. Irrespective of me working as hard as I can to pay it off as early as I can or not, there's still a my bad. Let me see real quick. There's still an idea of the amount of money, the amount of money that I had made in order to reach that financial goals. She had nothing in helping to contribute. Now, at the end of the day, I don't want to be taken advantage of. And I know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of vultures out there that are in the business of taking advantage of other people. And I think that at the point that we are connected financially, meaning that we are married, the point that we are married and we file joint taxes, we're underneath that contract, my expenses should not be shared with you. You should not view me as a come up because I have ascertained a degree of wealth before you, and you see it as an opportunity to help out your life goals. Now, it's different if we were married. That's my argument. It's different if we were married, but because we're in a relationship and we're talking about next steps. Yes, there's next steps in a relationship in order to more formally understand the wealth of that relationship. However, what should not be considered as a next step is you taking advantage of my financial position.
So let's talk about this. So for starters, there's a conversation about moving in, right? She has her own apartment. She has her own place. Y'all both have financial goals that y'all are both trying to meet. So y'all suggest like, let's consider moving in together.
Yeah.
At the time that you purchase your home, you don't know her. She's not in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You purchased the home because that's what you want to do on your own volition. So your home is paid off before she ever comes into the picture. And you're suggesting like, maybe we should move in together. We could do a few things differently if we were both living in the same household. But your mortgage is paid off. You are not paying anything for anymore because it's paid off, right? That was my understanding, is that his mortgage is paid off.
His mortgage is paid off. He probably still pays taxes. He pays property taxes, and whatever other household bills.
So I feel like there's nothing wrong with them splitting maybe the taxes, splitting the taxes and splitting the household bills. But as far as the $800 a month, what am I paying $800 a month for? For what? You don't. Your mortgage is paid off, and that was before I came into the picture. That had nothing. I could see if I came into the house and you were still paying on the mortgage, and you were like, okay, if we move in together, you and I should work on this mortgage together. That's one thing. But you came to the situation knowing that you talked to me about moving in, knowing that your mortgage was paid off.
Yeah.
And you said let's live together. So if you already had that paid off, why am I paying like $800 a month? If we're splitting money on the taxes and whatever other household things, nothing wrong with that. But I'm not paying $800 in rent, and on top of paying half of those other expenses, because that $800 is just pocketing. And if you think we're moving forward, why would you even want to do something like that?
May I rebut?
I mean, it's your channel, right?
Just real quick, let me go back down in the chat. Demetrius, one more time. I left that 100 smackaroos up there for that goddamn long because I love and appreciate the support and the respect. Salute to everybody that's coming in the chat. Whoa, I see a name down in there. That's not my name. Okay, Lauren Hicks. What up, Lauren? I've known Lauren for forever. What up, Lauren? KC. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my G. Don't express your true feeling. Women will use it against you. Remain emotionless, stick and move. Hashtag we don't love them hoes. Listen, we're going to get back into that conversation in a second. Casey, trust me. I had Naya pick which conversation we should touch on first, and we decided on the entitlement first. So we're going to stick to that conversation. I'll go back and pull your conversation on when we get back in it. Listen, here is my rebuttal.
Rebut. I'm ready.
There's a couple of things I want to touch on. Number one, how do I know that she's not choosing me because I have paid off my crib and she's looking at me as a come up? That's the first thing. I don't want you to answer that right now, but let me get into another.
Okay.
But take that note in your head.
Okay. Write that down.
Write that down. The second is, I have made a purchase, which first was a liability, and now it is an asset. Mm-hmm. Until I get married to her, she is a roommate.
I don't know.
Until I get married to her, she is a roommate. Her name is not on that house. We did not co-sign on that, right?
Exactly. So if y'all break up, you got the house and she been paying $800 for no reason. No,
it's because she's a roommate.
So
I have the asset. But why she don't have the asset?
But why are you treating a person that you see yourself progressing with as a fucking roommate?
Let me ask you a question. If I had a car and I paid off the car and we were in a relationship and you wanted to use the car 50% of the time, and let's say I didn't pay off the car, let's just say that, would you want to put money in towards that car when there's repairs and if it has like depreciation cost and maintenance cost?
I think I would do that over paying half of the car note. Yeah.
So, and at the time that I pay off the car, do you think that should change?
If we're still if we're still both using the car 50% of the time, we could continue to split whatever costs that is associated. But I wouldn't be paying for your actual car. I would be paying for the whatever maintenance issues or whatever you have going on, insurance, things of that nature.
I think the difference is I am concerned that if she's there wholly, if she selected me, let's just leave the car because I feel like it's a little bit easier idea to conceptualize. Is she there because she can now have free rides?
So let me ask
or is she there for me? But then there's also a situation of, again, we are not married.
But
she is a roommate.
But why are you moving somebody in and thinking that you're progressing with them if you don't even trust this person? That's what it sounds like. You don't trust her. You like, she might be using me. If that's the end you come in, don't ask me to move in your house. I can stay in my apartment. I don't have to move in with you.
It's not. I understand what you're saying.
That's what that sounds like. I don't trust you, but I want you to move in this house. And so the reason I'm charging you is because I don't trust you. Like if you don't trust me enough to think that I'm not there for you, then don't ask me to move in.
It's not a trust. It's not a trust thing. She's a roommate.
Why
so here's the thing.
How's she a roommate?
Here's the thing. I can make a lot more money subletting that portion of my house.
You could.
I could make a lot more than $800 a month, most likely. Right? Or Airbnb a corner of my crib in the suburbs.
But that's not what this is about, though. This is about us being in a relationship. You think we're progressing forward, and you're like, we should move in together because it will help both of our financials. It's going to help you to have somebody paying half the bills that you don't have to pay anymore. And it's going to help her because she's going to have to use.
I don't think moving in together is going to be worth the amount of money that I'm losing on having you shack up next to me. Irrespective, number one, I wouldn't do it. Number one, unless I had already propose, let's say.
And I should also be clear on that. Like, I don't believe in the whole moving in before I got a ring situation either. But in this particular case, that's what's being talked about here. That's not for me though. You want me to ring? You want me to move in? I need rings.
So again, so your position is you'll split the bills. You'll listen. The thing is like, I think what this guy is saying is that she's probably not. This is my assumption. She is not the type to take over half of the responsibilities. And that's really what it comes down to me.
That's a conversation though.
But listen, but if it's someone who's moving in that not only is taking up half the bills, but she's taking up half the house time in terms of cleaning and cooking and all of those activities, if that is what is being set up, but I think other than that, sharing my asset with somebody who I'm not contractually tied to is a mistake, and it'll be a loss at the end of the day for the guy.
I don't think it's a loss for him per se, because at the end of the day, at any time that doesn't work out, you can put her out because she ain't got no rights to where you stay at. Except you, the only reason she's there is because you're allowing her to be there.
We got some comments coming in. Naya's right. That's a scummy move, my guy. You can't treat your significant other like a roommate. There's no respect in the contract agreement. Any female that subscribes to that agreement has a basic mindset. I think he means it's subscribe to the agreement of $800 per month.
That's what he's speaking to.
We got some other comments in here. Jalon Johnson, what's good, my G? So you're paying rent. Females are crazy. Laugh my ass. So they'd rather pay $1,200 to someone that they don't know than $800 to their man. I think So we got one for you. You got one for me right there. I agree. I think that there's components in there that just like, I think if anything, set it up where it's an initial amount. And if they prove that they are not there freeloading on the situation, right? Like,
no, as soon as you come at me like that, I'm probably just gonna break up with your ass. Like, you obviously don't trust me. Because if you trusted me, you would be like, you wouldn't even think that I would try to do that. So you would know that I'm not doing that way. And if you don't know that, why are we together? Boy, adios. I ain't got time to deal with that shit.
I think at the end of the day, I think Quage hit it in right here. It's opportunity cost. Yeah, like he could get so much extra money going elsewhere, and this is
that's what you want to do.
Trade off.
That's what you want to do. Then do that. Don't ask me to do it. Get you a roommate, and I'll continue to stay in my apartment. It's not. Obviously, I'm not having no issues paying my rent and my bills where I'm at. The reason why it's like we're progressing as a couple, so I'm assuming that we're thinking this is going to be for the long haul.
So would you not take the deal?
No, I wouldn't.
So, but you're going from $2,000 a month to $800 a month. You still wouldn't take the deal?
I wouldn't take the deal because I wouldn't like the way that situation was set up.
Why?
And I would just be like, I'm cool. Good. No.
Wait, but he's taking you from $2,000 a month to $800 a month, and you wouldn't just take it off of ego?
I rather because
that's ego.
I rather pay my $1,800 a month than move in with a person that doesn't trust me and only charging me $800 to prove that I'm not freeloading him. I'm good.
So the thing is like, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like it's pure ethos. Like it's pure ego is what you're saying, because you're going from $2,000 a month to $800 a month, but you're still not going to take it because of why? Like you're not married to him. Like it could be next step in a relationship, but you're also getting a benefit out of moving in with somebody for $1,200 less a month. But you just wouldn't do it, and you'd still continue to pay the $2,000 a month because of why? Because
I feel like if you want me to be a roommate, then if we're moving to a roommate situation, then let's be roommates. Just know that we acting strictly as platonic roommates. I'm not acting as your girlfriend. You treat me like a roommate. I'm good. Like, you want a roommate? Cool. Don't try to sneak up in my room at night because we got separate rooms because we're roommates. We're not a couple anymore. We're roommates. So I'm gonna start treating you as a roommate. And so unless you want to be treated as a roommate, or if you want to be treated as my man, that's up to you.
So are you gonna take the deal? Yes or no?
It's a no for me, dog.
But why?
How many times I gotta explain this, boy?
I don't think you did explain it.
I did.
What did you say again? I'm sorry, I must have missed.
I think that if I'm dating someone and they're like, we should move in together, and their house is already paid off, and I'm not moving there because your house is paid off. This is a mutual conversation. We mutually agree that this is better for both of us, and this is something that I want and you want. And you want to charge me $800 on top of paying half of the other bills and other things that are going in the home? No, I'm good.
Which is still a $1,200 to $1,300 reduction in your monthly expenses.
It might not be because you're paying $800 flat, and then whatever cost of bills, whether that be cable, internet,
half the bills.
It's still money that I just feel like if we're going to be acting like roommates, I'm gonna treat you like a roommate. So just be prepared to treat you like a roommate.
No. No. But you're still coming down almost $1,400 worth of living expenses, and I feel like you're missing out on that particular point. I'm giving you a much better situation.
I'm not saying from a monetary standpoint it's not a good situation, but I just know that as my man, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
As a roommate, I'm gonna treat you like a roommate. So don't come sneaky ass up in my bed. We don't do that no more. We roommates.
No, we're gonna be doing all of that.
No, we roommates and we friends.
That's in the stipulation, and the $800 is access to all the guts I want.
Nah. You're wild. You're wild.
Listen.
You are wild.
All right. Well then from now on, you don't require dates. Like there has to be some type of in between. Okay. We have to do a bartering. Let's get down into the chat. Let's interact with the people. Salute to everybody that's coming into the chat. Oh, we got mad goddamn comments. Let me go in it. What everybody say? If you see something, just let me know.
Okay, I'm just looking at it.
Michael Jackson. Why isn't splitting the bill not a conversation instead of profiting off your significant other?
Which is what I said, splitting the bills.
Listen. He was able to pay off that house for a specific reason. You know why? He's very financially literate, and he understands but this person also probably understands how relationships fade and die. And meanwhile, all that time,
he still has the house. He don't lose it. He's losing literally nothing.
But it's not about losing the house. It's the accumulation of wealth. It's the accumulation of net worth. which our community doesn't talk about.
So you want to plot on me as your girl as part of your
network. It's not plotting on you.
Yeah,
matter of fact, he's giving you more wealth because you are reducing your expenses.
I'm reducing my expenses, but I still don't have shit. It's like a lease car.
No,
I'm paying $800 for a house that my name is not on.
So you don't want to pay any money to live somewhere.
I said splitting expenses, but I said what I'm saying is at the end of the day, this is like a lease. It's a car. I'm paying you $800 a month for this car, but the car, I do not own the car. So at the end of the day, I do not own the house, and I will never own the house. My name is not on the deed of the house, so it doesn't matter.
Let me go back in there and talk some of these super chats that's coming in. Mark B, what's good, my G? Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. The message is being overlooked. At the end of the day, she'll be saving well over $1,000 a month. My exact point, my G. That's a win-win for her. Keep up the good work, my G. Salud. Mark always coming down in here and showing love and support. Thank you for the $10 super chat yet again. Keep on looking in the chats. I can't read them all, so if you see something, let me know. The Princess, what's good, my G? Thank you for the $2 super chat. She should pay half the expenses. Done deal.
Again, expenses.
Here's my problem, guys. Here's my problem is, and this is reigns true in my life. There's things that I'm doing right now. There's situations that I'm not involving myself in to minimize my expenses going out so I can maximize my debt, which is the only debt that I have is this bitch right here, my mortgage, right? So what am I doing in order to do that? And I'm sacrificing a lot of things in order to be able to do that. It's 100 hours a week between my 9 to 5, my side hustles. It all helps, right? So the thing is like, well, yeah, if someone comes into my life and then they just want to come in and live in a situation, and let's say I pay it off for free, and I'm just like, well, there's things that I've done in order to get here, and I do also understand that the long-term viability of the situation is less than half, right? It's less than half. So if I know that and we're not married, well, I'm going to look at my asset as the damn well way it should be, which is an asset, and you should treat it as such, from my opinion. Now, I'd argue the more simp that you are, the less likely that you will be to understand that what I'm saying. I think, in my opinion, or the more head over heels that you are.
That has nothing to do with that, but that's fine. I'm gonna just move on from it because it doesn't matter.
Why you want to move on from it?
Because I feel like at the end of the day, like,
do you feel defeated? I don't want you to feel defeated.
No, I don't feel defeated at all. I still stand on how I feel, but I know when I'm talking to a brick wall. So I know when you're setting your ways. I know you're well enough at this point. So I just be like, you know what? Ain't no changing his mind. Ain't no even convincing him to even think about something else. So I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with it, and that's just it.
Let me ask you another question. I'm gonna ignore you trying to hop out the conversation. I'm gonna ask you another question on the same topic. What do you think is the value that another human brings? Like, if we were to put a monetary value on a relationship, right? Like, if you were to say, okay, I'm getting to know this person. When you first get to know them, they're worth like $5 coffee dates, and then you really starting to like them. You know what I mean? And then you'll upgrade to like, $30 date nights. And then maybe next time that you go out, you'll do dinner with a movie, right? So you're up to like $60, $70. If you want to talk about that next step in a relationship, what's the value, the monetary value that you should be at to the point to consider to move in with a young woman?
For you?
A guy moving in, or let's say a woman moving in with a guy. Like, what is, like, if you were to put a monetary, an objective number on what that is, what would that be from your opinion?
I don't think I could put a dollar value on it. I think it just depends. I don't know if I could put a dollar value on a person or a relationship situation. I don't know if I could do that.
So you think that you don't think that you can, or you think?
I don't think I can. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I think about. I guess because I don't think about people in terms of dollars like that. So I would have to think really like more long about something like that.
I see what you're saying. Let me get back down into some of the comments. You see anything? What up, everybody that's coming in? Flash Gordon says, "What up, mediocre? What up, Flash Gordo?" I feel like that name is from a movie.
Somebody said that we get in a heated discussion that is entertaining.
Wait, say what? Yo, what up, Avery? Patreon supporter, my G. You and Naya get into some heated discussions. That shit is truly entertaining. Listen, even before this whole channel shit, Naya and I used to be battling wits and ends. Just
this ain't new.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing that we're talking about
it's just on camera now.
It's just on camera now. Like yeah. And it's usually me just listening and Naya talking.
Tell a lie again. Tell a lie again. Liar.
You pay rent and don't own that place either. What the fuck? That logic makes no sense, sweetheart.
Yeah, but I'd rather do that in my own spot versus being somewhere somebody's treating me like a roommate.
Well, that's when the emotion comes into play. I think that's what they're trying to hit at, because it doesn't make sense. Because you can come live with me in the suburbs, much bigger spot, probably closer to where you work at.
I hate the suburbs.
Oh, you're just not going to answer it because of the logic.
No, I hate the suburbs. I mean, I from a monetary standpoint, I'm not saying that doesn't make sense. From a monetary standpoint, for her, if she does decide to pay you, decide in the agreement she's going to pay you, I mean, she's definitely saving money, but I just don't want to be treated like a roommate by somebody that I'm dating. Like that's not it for me.
So it's your pride that's intact. That's not intact.
No, it's not even my pride. It's my prerogative. I just feel like if you want to treat me like a roommate, I'm about to start treating you like a roommate. That's not what you want.
If someone gave you that if someone in your relationship gave you the exact same ultimatum, I would think that you're a fool for not taking up on it. And listen, as long as you set up like, okay, we're gonna treat this like a business relationship, like a contract, that this is what's gonna happen, name on a dotted line. And you can make whatever stipulations that you have. But if you're telling me you're going to pay an extra $1,000 and some odd change dollars a month while you're trying to figure out your situation, and like you can move in and out whenever you want, like
I think honestly in that situation, I would rather, like, since you already have your own property, it's already paid off. If you want to rent that whole entire house out to somebody, I would rather that. And then you and I if we think that this is still a long term, you and I go on our own thing. So that way there's no commingling of that situation at all.
9/11, baby, go. What up, Mr. Reed? Thank you for the $2 super chat, my G. Nothing fair about taking advantage of someone else.
I don't think it's taking advantage when I'm still contributing. Like I'm still contributing. Like we're everything that requires a cost when I move in there, we're splitting that cost. I'm still contributing. That's not taking advantage of you.
So let me ask you a question. Let's flip it around. So if you if it was flipped and you own the crib and the young man wanted to live with you, you'd be like, yo, come through, just pay half the bills.
Yeah, I'm not gonna charge you. Shit's paid off already. What am I charging? I'm literally taking your money and pocketing your $800 a month. And we supposed to be a couple. We supposed to be a relationship. We supposed to be a relationship. Like, why would I go and take $800 out your pocket for what? If you're paying half of the expenses that I have to pay, and that everything, I'm not paying anything else. Why would I just go in and take your $800? What? I feel like that's low key highway robbery of you. Like I'm out here just taking your money. That money ain't going to shit, but in my pocket to get my hair and my nails and toes done, or whatever, buy me a new outfit, whatever else I want to spend the money on.
Okay, and I believe you. I think you probably would. So Sam says, "Oh, thank you for the $7 Canuck bucks, my G. Save the $800, then use it to spoil your man and watch how the relationship will blossom." This is what I'm talking about. And this is the thing that plus you have an extra bedroom. And this is the thing is that like what I was trying to hit on from a non-monetary perspective is that if you prove it and you show it in an additional ways, then maybe begin to lower that $800.
But why are you even asking somebody to move in with you that you don't trust?
Because no, but you're assuming that there's not trust. I could trust you, but maybe I don't trust how the relationship might turn out.
But if you think I'm a freeloader, you don't trust me. You're like, oh, she might be trying to just get over me.
I don't think that it's a freeloader.
That's what you said.
I think that I have an asset and you're a roommate.
Okay.
I can use my home. You're in a situation where it's going up to $2,000 and I can save you money, you motherfucker. I can save you money.
Watch your mouth.
I can save you money. And at the point that you come over, right, you split up $800 a month, $1,200 a month, and that now is in your pockets. And
it's not in my pocket, it's going in your pocket.
But I can take something else with that bit of land and put it somewhere else. I can do an Airbnb.
But I feel like you are essentially using me to profit off of me at that point. You're like, oh, this is paid off. I want your $100 just so you can go and do whatever it is that you want to do with it. when the money is not going to the actual thing that I'm living in.
I get it, but I feel like it's a case by case. You gotta just.
At the end of the day, I'm not moving in with anybody that I don't feel like. Matter of fact, if I don't have a ring, we're not moving in together. That's how I feel in my true self in life.
Like not even considering.
No, I'm not even considering it. But if that was a consideration, I'm not asking someone to move in that I don't trust. Because I feel like moving in that's a big step.
It's a huge step.
So I obviously trust you, trust your judgment. I'm about to go into this space with you because I trust you. So if I think you are a freeloader, I probably have discovered that way earlier in the relationship, and we're probably not together no more.
Sam, thank you so much for the 7 Canuck bucks. Appreciate you, my G. Yeah, I think it should be invested in different ways. Besides that, Ozzy O says she should pay some of the monthly expenses, not half. Also, the woman of value should be helping to increase your and her net worth. How you feel about that?
I can agree with that.
Thank you for the $5. That's American dollars. Thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate you.
Oh.
I'm so used to saying Canuck bucks now.
Oh, that's Canadian dollars?
The Canuck bucks. A lot of Canadian watchers.
Okay. You know what up, Canada?
What up? Am I missing any? Ozzy, is $800 a month too much to live in a 9-bedroom mansion? Great question. So you feel what he's saying?
It's not too much, but
So he's saying, like, let's say I had a house in the suburbs that was a 9-bedroom mansion, and then that's what he charged.
Charge it to your roommates. You can charge your roommates that. I'll help you find some roommates.
But he should.
We got 9 other rooms.
I feel like
we sleep in the same one. We about to get some roommates.
Yeah, I think like we can hop to another subject here in a second, but I feel like the way that you responded to me, it feels more ego and right, like, and I say that from not a perspective of trying to continue to challenge it, but it sounds like you're not considering what he did, what he put into in order to attain those assets.
I think I'm considering it. I think it's great that he was able to do that. I think that he did a great thing. However, I feel like when you are entering into a partnership with someone that you were in a relationship with, I feel like when you treat them like a roommate, that's how you would treat a friend. You wouldn't treat your lover like that. And I feel like that's not it for me. So I feel like it's not even about ego. It's just like even the way that you described it, like what this person is a freeloader, yada yada yada. Like if you think I'm a freeloader, why are you asking me to move in? Why are we even together? Like I think at the end of the day, if we're building something, it should, like, why you had $800, I'm giving you $800 to enrich yourself for something that I'm not even fully investing. It's my name's not on the deed. I'm not getting, I don't, it's something, if you decide
that's right. That's a lease.
Exactly. That's when I'm not, if I'm not leasing from my man, if we're supposed to be a couple, we're supposed to be together.
So you won't release from your man for the sake of leasing from your man. So if he wasn't your man and he offered you the same amount, you would.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's where we disagree. I think that's where we're.
And that might be where we disagree, but I think that it just seems like it's like, okay, well, what was the purpose? What's the purpose? Like, I just feel like you shouldn't treat your significant other as a roommate. Now, that's what if you want a roommate, then we can start acting like roommates, period. And we could do roommate shit. We could play Xbox Live, we can eat Cheetos, and we can go to our separate rooms at the end of the night. Good night. God bless you. I hope you got an extra blanket because it's gonna be chilly in there. And if we roommates and we do it, what if I decide that I want to talk to somebody else since we're roommates?
What's James saying? Come on, MTR. If roles were reversed, your ego would keep you paying your $1,800 per month too. If roles were reversed, your ego would keep you paying your $1,800 per month too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No. So if roles were reversed, I wouldn't allow that situation to happen. I'd find my own crib, and I wouldn't want to live with you.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather have my own crib and do my own thing than deal with that.
I feel you, but there's way more women who want to live with men than men that want to live with women.
I would disagree with that because y'all don't even really be seeing how y'all be living until y'all have women coming out. It's a whole different ballgame. Like, oh, I didn't know all these things. And I only know that there's certain things that I've talked to men about, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that. like basic things that I've been doing since I was like 15.
So you don't agree with what I just said? That there's more women that want to live with men than men that want to live with women?
I don't know. I can't speak to that. I'm not for certain.
I think you agree with me, but you just don't want to say it.
No, I really can't speak to that. I don't know.
Okay. What up, Pip Pip? I see Pip Pip down there. What up? Y'all don't even hear what Naya is saying. Sharing living expenses is okay, but the man is asking for $800 in distance for what? Especially since the mortgage is already paid off. He's profiting off her.
Period, Pip Pip, girl. Let him know. Period.
Listen, if we open up Pip Pip, you got to come through. I don't know if we... So, also, I want to talk about this real quick, guys. I've been doing 5-hour live streams. We're not going to be doing 5 hours today. What we said, max 2 hours, right?
Yeah, 2 hours, maybe 2.5 if we're feeling.
How you doing so far? You all right?
I'm great.
Okay. I know you got your coat on. Are you hot? Okay. I'm going to take my hoodie off here in a second. How's your drink doing?
I'm on the low end.
Okay.
I need some Sprite still because I can't be doing what you over there doing.
Okay, how about this? You take this and then you go get some Sprite and then let me answer some of these chats and shit real quick. And I'll go back in it. Everybody that's coming down into the chat, all up. I see 125 of y'all. Happy Friday. Happy Red Cup Talk Friday. I missed y'all. I swear I did. All right. I love doing this. Come through again tomorrow. We're going to have Amber coming through. Amber is the married young lady who did the red pill, why I started off in red pill video with me, as well as a reason to get married. She's going to be here tomorrow, like 7-ish p.m. Eastern. So come through. We're going to do another live stream tomorrow. Let me go back down into the chat. The Terrion, thank you for the $5 super chat. Women don't want us to rationalize what's best in our lives. If it's the cost of her not getting what she wants, that's why she says, I don't agree. Terrion, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I think like I mentioned before, there is certain things that man has done to pay off his mortgage, right? There's certain steps that he's made in his life in order to be able to do that. Should he be putting all that on hold for a relationship? I mean, and then comes in the emotional side of the argument, which I think is very ego induced. How, if it's a roommate situation, if you're just going out to the marketplace and you're looking for a roommate, trust and believe you're going to take something that's $800 to $1,000 less. But if it's someone who you're in a relationship with, somehow it's a little bit different. And I don't see or understand that. But Terrion, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Salute to everybody that's coming into the chat room right now. Oh, we active. Let me see the Ethos 13. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. She got it backwards.
I said what I said.
Just cut.
And I'm not going backwards, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's why I said I prefer, if we're about to do a situation like that, I would prefer to you to go ahead and rent out your other spot, and we decide we want to get a spot. We can co-collaborate and put the spot on the new spot that we get together, which my name's also on.
She got... Oh, shit. Hold on. I still got that same... Y'all didn't even tell me I had that goddamn same banner going, that starting soon banner.
Y'all didn't even see that.
You bastards. Let me know. Y'all liking the goddamn video right now. We're not playing no games. We charging likes for this. You know what I'm saying? We charging likes for the content. That's it. Ethos 13, she got it backwards.
You already read this. Scroll.
Just because he paid off his house doesn't mean it's free. It's an asset. If he can use that space for income instead of you live free, he isn't taking your money. You are taking his.
That's a choice.
It's It's a choice. So, which is why I was trying to objectively come to, at that point in the relationship, when you're ready to move in, what is the cost of that? What is a tangible number that men should have in their minds as to when that trade-off or cost makes sense? Part of that answer is different for everybody, but I wanted to hear your perspective, because if that's the cutoff, and kind of going back to the question that we had up at the top, What if it was a 9-bedroom mansion? What if it was a 9-bedroom mansion and he was charging you $800 per month and then splitting half the bills? Would you then do it?
I would be like, you can put 9 people in a 9-bedroom house, $800 a month, and we can get our own shit.
Even in a mansion, a 9-bedroom mansion.
It's not about that. It's not about the house to me. It has nothing to do with that. It's
that he paid it off.
It's that he paid it off, and you want me to pay you money for something that you already paid off when I wasn't in the picture at all. Like, I could see if I was in the picture, or if I can't picture why you were still paying off and you wanted me to pay half, that might be a different conversation. But like, this was done and over before you even knew me. So you weren't doing this for me. You were doing this for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm benefiting off of it because you asked me, or we had a conversation and we mutually came to the decision that we should move in together. I didn't say I'm not paying anything. I'm going to pay the half of the stuff that we talked about, whatever it be, the property taxes, whatever, home insurance, and then the bills. It's not like I have a problem contributing, but I just feel like what are you treating like a roommate for? Like, this is a situation where it's like, we both came to this conclusion, yeah, you should move in. And I was like, yeah, I think that could be cool.
You know what? This is building up the case in my mind for never sharing your financial status with women.
Your shit can be looked at.
No, for real though, because if I don't share it with you, you'd move in, right? If you thought that I was still paying on my crib, you said before you would move in. So what's the benefit?
It's not that I thought you were still paying crib. If you told me like, hey, I have a house. Let's say that you did share it to me. I have a house. I'm still paying on it. I think that if we decide to move in together, because we're not, if we decide to move in together, that we should split the cost, where you would have to share your financial statements, because I need to know what I'm paying, making sure that I know that what I'm paying is that I'm not being ripped off. I trust you, but at the end of the day, if you're saying like, I'm putting this money forward, I might say, hey, like let's talk about the cost. Just out of like, I think that's a natural conversation when you want me to pay something. So I would be like, okay, that's a conversation. Let's talk about this. But it's like, it just, to me, something about the whole you already own it, it's already paid off. And I feel like, and you want me to pay $100 a month just to kind of basically line your pockets for something that you already paid off when I wasn't in the picture. So it's like, and if I exit the picture, I'm still not benefiting from this.
I think,
especially when I can afford to have my own home. Even if I'm not going to pay $800, I could probably go and get a starter home and pay less than $800 a month and be fine.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of people that do things for love that makes no objective, tangible sense. I think that happens. And I think a component of why wealth has not touched and engulfed the Black community is decisions like this.
But I don't think it's necessarily decisions off love. It could be just decisions in general. People make bad decisions, and there are also large numbers of wealth that are not touching other communities. But I also think we have to take into account that the wealth that Black people did have was consistently stunted. Growth was consistently stunted by majority race, as far as how they dealt with, like, think of like your Rosewoods and like Tulsa and stuff like that. Like, when we did try generally have our own things, and that's kind of a conversation that a lot of people have with regards to like integration and whether integration really hurt or helped the Black community. That's a whole other conversation for another day. But I think that wealth has continued to be studied by decision making, but it was initially studied by the decision of other people who had control over the things that we didn't have control over. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Ethos 13, thank you again for the $10 super chat, my G. Ozzy O says, hit that damn like button. Enjoying the combo. Thank you so much, Ozzy, for the $3 super chat. Everybody in the chat. I don't know how much likes that I got on the video. Listen, but I see 125 in the chat right now. If there is not at least 125 likes, I'm shutting this shit down. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Okay. And I appreciate you for hanging with me in the convo. And the thing is like the way that me and Naya and I talk to each other, we do this shit off cam. Again, it's usually me listening and her talking.
He gonna lie again to y'all.
However,
I'm gonna let him lie to y'all on YouTube. He got it. It's his channel, so whatever.
No, but I appreciate you. I want to make that wholly clear. So I appreciate your perspective. It's different than mine, but I understand that we share this same goddamn earth together. So
we do.
We gotta commingle.
And you keep inviting me into your space. So whatever disagreements I have with you, you like to disagree with me. So I'm still here. I haven't gotten kicked off.
I don't know if I like to disagree. I wish that you would understand my points way more than what you actually do. I feel like this is like me trying to heal your mind.
No. No. I understand it, but I just don't agree with him. It's a difference. I can understand, not agree.
Facts. Ozzy brought up a fantastic point. Listen, if y'all have not liked the video yet, y'all don't fuck with me, but I appreciate you, Ozzy. All right, let me go back down into the chats. Kwame Hargrove, thank you for the $5 super chat, my G. Why admit our weaknesses to y'all so you can stand to use it against us? Should we pivot to that conversation?
I think this is a good time to pivot to that conversation.
I think it's a good time. Let me go down and acknowledge some or more of the super chats, and we'll pivot, guys. Michael Bennett, my G, Patreon supporter, my J. Thank you for the $5 super chat. How is she adding appreciation to the asset if not paying anything? Facts. The intrinsic intangible gains women say they provide doesn't grow the bank account. This is the conversation that we were just having a second ago. It's the whole moving in thing. I think you are taking from his pockets if you move in on his asset where he could have done something better. That's called opportunity cost.
What did Luther Vandross say? A house is not a home. What did Luther say? Can we put Luther on YouTube?
I can't. I'll get taken out. I can take it out. It's copyrighted. Yeah. It's copyrighted.
Listen, the house is not a home. Okay?
Sing it.
I see. I ain't had my tea and lemon today.
How you doing? Do re mi fa. Go ahead.
Do re mi fa sol la ti.
Whoa, that's not it. That's not it. I'm for sure that's not it.
Fa sol la ti, maybe.
But here's the thing: you cannot monetize love unless you make it into some sort of business. There's a lot of different couples and relationships that have formed fantastic businesses. I did a video on one of them. The Dead Ass podcast.
DeVal
and Kadeen.
Dope.
They're married though. They're dope too.
But they have a really dope relationship, understanding of partnership that I feel like is sometimes lacking from the discussion that you are having with me.
What? I think low key, she there's some things that I've heard out of her mouth that just gives me pause. And I think he like low key, he understands red pill ideologies, but he's still married. So I appreciate listening to him.
Whatever it is, they make it work.
But oftentimes I listen to him, I listen to her, and I'm just like, oh God, she's no different. Anyway,
he's mad in love with his wife though.
Sure.
Positive.
No, sure. I agree with you. I don't know. I don't know them as human beings. Michael Bennett, thank you again for the $5 super chat. I agree with you, my G, as always. Birds of a feather. Jonathan, thank you for the $10 super chat, my G. Always coming down in here, showing love, support, and respect. Pat Benatar had it right. Love is a battlefield. Whoever concedes the most on their happiness loses. Demand your happiness, fellas. No negotiation with terrorists.
Dang, women as terrorists now? That's wild.
How you feel about that?
He's wild. I mean, I think that men should be happy too. I think that, happy spouse, happy house. However,
or you can just make your goddamn self happy.
But what I'm saying, I think your happiness is dependent on you. And I saw, I was reading or watching something where Will and Jada talked about this and how each individual person is responsible for their own happiness. Sure, that doesn't mean that your partner doesn't add to your happiness. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if you're not happy on your own, right on your own 2 feet, can't nobody come in to make you happy. And if they do that, just know that your happiness is anytime that person wants, they can take it away.
Yeah, the thing is, you should be whole before you get together, is in my opinion.
I agree. You should be two holes.
There's a lot of people that want to try to fix each other at the end of the day, and I feel like it's a waste of time, energy, and effort.
I don't want no damn Build-A-Bear. You're good.
I don't.
I mean, if I gotta sew up your back, I'm cool with that. But I'm not trying to stuff you, put on your eyes, your little button nose.
No. And in fact, you want him to own his own house so he can move in rent free.
No, that's not what I said. I have my own damn house.
Oh. INDEPENT.
DENT. Do you know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car. 2 jobs. Work hard. She a bad bro. You ain't on sit down.
Thank you, Jonathan, for the $10 super chat. Salute, my G. Anthony Golson. Women think the vagina is rent. Oh, let's talk about that real quick because you also said,
I did.
if I move in for $800, he gonna be in his own room. We going to sleep, 2 different bedrooms.
We roommates. That's what you said. We
so
roommates.
is the vagina worth $800 a month?
You tell me.
So why are you gonna take away your meat packing hole for the $800 that I'm charging you for bills?
But I guarantee you, if I say no sex, if I pay $1, we roommates and we not having sex, you gonna be like, okay, baby, like me $90.
So
I have to pay $2.
so do you think vagina's rent?
I don't.
Are you holding the vagina as rent?
I don't.
So then why, if he charged you $800, why you should
Because
not
I'm
give
a
him the
fucking
butt?
roommate.
Right. So that the vagina, it's not like low key like prostitution.
No, it's not.
Because
No.
you're withholding your fish box.
First of all, that's disrespectful. It's not a fucking fish box. If it's a fish box, that's bad news for you. You should get that checked out. Your pH is off. A. B. You said if we move in together, I'm a roommate. So we roommates. I'm not fucking my roommate. Okay. You a roommate. We friends. We play Xbox. We eat Cheetos, and we got our separate rooms. That's it. And that's all.
No, everybody's a roommate till you get married. Everybody.
Which is exactly why until I get a ring, no living with me.
You're not living together.
You stay at your house. We spend. I don't give a damn. We spend like every night. We both wasted money, but until I get that ring, I need to be able to go home, and you need to be able to go home. So
you don't think that people should live together before they get married as a trial to see how they gel together?
I mean, I feel like it's your prerogative. I'm not doing that, but it's your prerogative.
You ain't got a whole goddamn refill and then get me none.
You ain't say you said you go get some.
So I would charge you $800. I would charge you with that.
Don't tell me.
Damn, you see this? You see the thanks I get?
The bottle is I brought the bottle back.
She don't appreciate me.
Did I bring the bottle back?
You didn't bring the chaser back.
Would you like some Sprite?
I would love some.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
My G.
Don't worry about it.
Thanks, Naya.
That'll be $800 fucking dollars.
I don't think that they can hear you right now.
I'm gonna say that.
Salute, Anthony. Salute, J. Doe. What's good up? Yo, what's good, fam? Showing love. B-Day Sunday, so lit. Happy birthday, J. Doe.
Would you like some Sprite?
I would.
That would be $800.
Listen, don't put that logo in there. We're not advertising Sprite in this bitch.
$800. The logo's everywhere.
I know you're gonna charge me for $800 for this because it doesn't make sense.
If Sprite gives me any money, you're getting that.
And often what women do don't make sense. So I understand that. Go ahead. You want me to give you a pillow?
No.
Ooh, child. Go ahead, say.
Scato child.
I'm just messing with you, Naya. You know that. All right, let me get a refill going. J Doe, salute, my G. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, happy birthday. Early.
Listen, J Doe, I only read his comments when they're in the caps locks form. That's Unc right there. I feel like if it's not in caps locks, I don't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? I can't read
people writing caps that they're yelling at me. It's like, it's in local, it's like, yo, like, what are you yelling? What I do?
Man, listen, man. Some people have just different styles. You know, you gotta appreciate everybody's style. Listen, Salo, we're taking a quick intermission. Shout out to the Red Cup Talk community. I appreciate all of y'all for coming through. We gotta give Nia a little bit of a break. We've been, I feel I gotta cast it out. I gotta put the line in. And then after a while, I gotta relax. You know what I mean? It's a constant.
You know what's best for you.
How much I can push the nose of the dragon before she.
Listen, I'm gonna speak my piece regardless. You know this,
and that's why I appreciate you.
So
salute. Give me a cheers. I just don't want your blood pressure to rise after doing this. You know,
my blood pressure good. Okay. I went to the doctor the other day. Gucci.
Word. I went to the physical. I got a physical the other day too. Everybody that's watching this, go get your physicals. Okay, I found out some of my shits is a little bit outside of the normal range. Like my calcium is high. I feel like I'm
drinking milk.
I've been eating too much cheese from Chipotle. I don't know, man. I think
Maybe
that's
just too much
what it is.
Chipotle, not just too much.
It's probably too much Chipotle. I've been working on my cooking
When the
game,
last time
guys.
you been cooking?
Yo, stay tuned for some cooking videos. I'm doing it all, guys. Okay, we got to share the knowledge. And
I just want to go on record that I started teaching him how to cook like a few months ago.
She's
I got them together.
Yeah, you cook very well though.
Thank you.
Naya's a cooker.
I am.
She be putting some shit together. I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty good.
I made some like balsamic cream onion cream chicken the other day with some cauliflower rice and green beans. You know, staying tasty, but also staying healthy.
Listen, if you was at a dude's crib and you was doing shit like that every night,
I'm not paying up again $800.
Listen, if you doing that and you're supplying him with viscosity, whatever. Razio says, nah, I would charge you $2,000.
Listen, Razio, we wouldn't be living together, brother. It's a done daughter.
Razio with the $2 mini roast. Salud, my G. Country boy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Any opportunity to lower your financial burden should be welcome with great humility.
I can do other things.
Mm.
I can lower my financial burden without living with you.
She got a big ego.
Such a big ego.
Oh, look at you. No, you got supporters in here now. You are correct.
BM, she been holding it down. I didn't see her come
She
through.
talk fast.
I do.
Listen, she does. I mean, she thinks fast too. You know what I mean? You should be in politics. I think you would do our people a great deal of positive movement. For real, I'm not even joking with you. I like the way that your mind moves. However, it's different than me. I feel like there is things that you can help highlight. Naya, here's something to you. Razio, show him some respect. Thank you for the $2 super chat, but what the fuck?
I'm gonna take your money though, so it's good. Thank you, appreciate you, brother.
Naya, show them some respect.
I did.
2 + 2 equals 4. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Salud, everybody that's coming down into the chat. Salud for the love and the respect. Appreciate all of y'all.
Oh, Razio, you got hate. You a hater. You gotta go, bro.
Hold on, I didn't see. Hold
on,
let me see. Malcolm, women in New York City should be glad to pay $800. Yeah, $800 a month is like a medium to low cost of living city.
In New York, you live in a damn box.
Yeah. Oh, $800 a month. You're rent controlled.
You're living in the project.
Either you're rent controlled or in the project.
Yeah, you in a Jex.
Yeah.
But I don't live in NYC, so
yeah, we're in the Midwest currently. I'm from New York though.
They might think I'm from New York. I don't know.
No, you are Detroit.
I know what I am.
It is cold in the D. Salute everybody that's in the chat right now. Listen, we're gonna switch and pivot.
Oh yeah, so on top
conversations.
Oh wait.
Trevor, remember, fellas, women don't want marriage, they want a wedding. Your latest video, the only benefit she mentioned was Brian being able to love her and him being happy by making her happy.
Oh, that must be the Amber's girl.
Yeah, that's Amber. Brian being able to love her and him being happy by making her happy. Trevor, listen. She's coming tomorrow. I want to do a full and in-depth conversation regarding the content in that video. I think that like Amber's truth is Amber's truth. And I've talked with Amber about getting Brian to come up, and it's still something that I'm greatly considering. But I first want to do a live stream with her. I also want to do a live stream with Amber's brother. I won't go into explicit details, but Amber's brother is probably Sky Blue Pill. It's ridiculous. Okay. And I want to do like videos and live streams with him to try to. Blue Pill? You know about the
I know the red blue pill.
Red pill.
I know red blue pill, but I can't remember what blue pill is.
Sky Blue Pill is like ultra blue pill. Like that shit is.
So he is it like really extreme off that, or
he's a real he wants nothing but love. Love. And he's just a lover, and I want to show him another way of living life that will increase his chances of getting what he wants out of situations. You know what I'm saying?
How you know he ain't getting what he wants?
I'd argue like, you know, that video is it's gonna be a highly watched video even in the weeks to come. I think that what's interesting about that video is Amber is a career woman. Like both of them, they came out of grad school great careers, and both of them are doing very well for themselves, single and irrespective of each other, right? So I think it brings an interesting dynamic to the conversation because I don't know specifically, but an argument can be made that Amber's the breadwinner. And we didn't talk about that in the video, but that is well within the realms of that conversation, right? So I saw a lot of those comments that were assuming that he was the breadwinner because he's a man, and you guys got to stop making that type of assumption. Listen, now more than ever, there's much more equality and equity into. I mess with you a lot regarding my position. You know, I come to you.
I was like, we didn't have several. I feel you. So this is how I know you be arguing me just for argument's sake. Because I was like, we definitely had some conversations where I've said that you'd be like,
no. This is real. The arguments that I pose to you are real. Let's keep that.
I'm not saying that they're real. But listen.
But my point is that a lot of the viewers just assume that because he's the man and she's the woman, there's a particular genotype that makes up what's going on. And what I'm saying is that. Come back through to the live stream tomorrow. All the questions that you have to ask, let's tee it up. Let's put it up and see the responses because she's very authentic. She'll tell you.
And I think that's a dope thing because I feel like even from my perspective, the perspective that I come from is like I'm very well off in my own right. So it's like I think that even the way that I think about things, I think of it from that aspect. It's like I'm very self-sufficient. It's not that I don't want a man or want to be in a relationship or want to be married. I do. But at the end of the day, I'm very self-sufficient in my own. So even when I come to a situation, like I'm not like I'm with the person because that's a choice. I want to be with that person. It's not out of necessity. Like I'm good. My bill's gonna be paid. Things are gonna be taken care of for me regardless because that's what I've been doing before you came into the picture. So I think my perspective often reflects of a person who's actually taking care of themselves right now. So it's like certain stuff I don't do because I don't have to.
Hey, listen, more money buys you more access. Daryl Stevens, you can't be non-traditional and get traditional benefits. Thank you, Daryl, so much for the $5 super chat. What you think about that?
That's exactly why I keep my ass at my own house.
What?
So that's exactly why I keep my ass at my own house. If you want to do things the way that a marriage would do them, which is, to live together and all those type of things, there's a certain level of responsibility that comes with that. If you don't want to play house prior to that, it's probably for the best that you stay in your own home until, both of you decide to make that larger commitment.
Daryl, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Rob H says it's good you have her on with a true woman's perspective. I definitely made the right decision going my own way. Got to stay focused. Thanks, homie. Salute, bro, to the $5 super chat.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, so the thing is we have components of dudes out here that watch the channel in order to understand much more about the ideas that go on in the opposite sex. So there's this idea of men going their own way, which is essentially kind of cutting ties from the idea that love is possible, right? Or the idea that a woman is needed in order for them to be happy. So I think what Rod is talking about right here is that there's just ideas that we differ on that self-select him out of the community of dudes that are pursuing that. You know what I'm saying? And for me, like, I'm different in the sense that irrespective of how our ideas differ, I still think that there can be a meeting spot in the middle to a degree, right?
Always.
And there's things that I think that through media we have lost sight of in the importance of, right? And we see this kind of switch in the fabric in our society to make us think things that are not better for us. That as long as we continue to talk about those things, highlight them, put a finger on them, and then say, yes, that's right or that's wrong, we're going to be lost. We're just floating through all of this information that's coming to us, and we self-select the shit that benefits us most. And I think that's the importance of these conversations, that we put things up on a pedestal to drive an idea or discussion forward.
Okay.
Oh. Thank you so much, Rob, for the $5 super chat. My G. G3, no wife, no strife. I feel you, my G. I feel you.
No, life is strife.
Oh, come on. Do you
kidding.
do you think so? So let's ask the question. Do you think that they're like having a significant other, a wife in your life can uplift you?
I do.
Why do you think that?
I think it just for certain I think in certain areas it kind of like it can upgrade the quality of your life. Like I feel like it's different versus like it's just different having somebody who has your back. And I think this is just any significant other. So I think it's husband or wife. It's different having somebody who 100% has your back and that wants the best for you and is always looking out for you. Because at the end of the day, like anybody that's outside your household can always have an agenda. Not that your wife can't or your husband can't have an agenda, but I think when you form the relationship and you formulate that trust and that bond, you can approach it different. It doesn't always work. There are times where people get sniped, but I think that also you have to have a degree of people reading, I guess, more or less, to kind of really kind of siphon out what it is that you're looking for and what does this person provides to you. And just like there's certain things I feel like you can do as a couple that's harder to do as an individual. So like right now, you mentioned that you're paying off your mortgage or whatever the case may be. That's something that you're working on right now. So if you had an additional income through your wife, y'all could have already been putting something down on an additional property while paying off the mortgage because y'all have two incomes. So if you have two incomes, you can do more things. There's more money because you can live off one income and then the other income can go to whatever investments or things that you all choose to do with your money. But I think it's hard to do that with just one person because you have to kind of focus like, okay, I got to pay this off first before I can even move to second two. And when you have someone else's income coming in, y'all working together as a team, you can do both simultaneously. That's an example.
I think the way that you just talked about that disproves your earlier argument.
What do you mean?
Because what you're just saying is this team, this contribution of money to building assets. And a part of the argument earlier was the same thing.
Not an asset that's already paid off.
Well, it's already paid off, but he's still ascertaining more money. And if he's going to get married to you, that's more money that you'll end up having if it falls through.
And that's also more money that he will end up having. Because he had whatever. Let's say he makes 100K and I'm making 120, and he's able to take care of everything he needs to do with his 100K. Like let's say he's able to take care of the bills and whatever else that he's paying for with his 100K.
Mm-hmm.
So we now have roughly 120K a year that we can do whatever we choose to do as a couple with.
What else if you're married?
I'm speaking marriage. I'm not speaking any other type of relationship.
Right.
I think a relationship can be helpful, but it also can be hurtful. Like just like a regular relationship can be helpful or hurtful depending on how you're able to manage your affairs and manage your relationship. I think sometimes people don't know how to manage both their personal first relationship. They get too sucked into one thing, and usually their relationship, and then they start not disconnecting from the personal affairs that they should also be handling in the proper manner.
I see what you're saying. So let's take that same scenario. Let's say that you make 120 and I make 100, and we are married and we both live in a spot and you pay $800 a month in rent, or you pay $800 towards the contribution of this asset. And then we both split all the bills. And then I'm paying for dates. I'm paying for providing security, protection, homeowner alarms, the dog, whatever else expenses, the monthly gym membership. That's still.
So you brought up another angle. So to that point,
because I'm doing things. I think
if I'm going to pay $800, an additional $800 to you, if you are doing other things where it's like where it kind of evens it out, so it's like we're still technically splitting costs, I might be okay with that. But the way that the question was framed was not like that. It was framed as like he's getting $800 and he's pocketing it to do whatever whatever he wants with that money. But because we've had a conversation about people's 50% being different, like 50-50, like what I pay my 50%, what you pay with your 50% could be a different thing. Like it doesn't have to be the same thing, and that's okay.
Yes, I would think that as if you're trusting this man to be someone that you're interested in within your life, you would trust that he's doing fantastic things with your contribution.
But I think that it just seems. I think it's the way that this is formulated is not from that. Is not from that.
To me, it's practice. It's practice for being in a marriage. It's a practice of the contribution that both of you have to put forward, right? To just assume that because he already bought it and then you're going to come in and live free, I don't think is realistic.
Free. I'm not living free. I'm paying half of the bills and half of the taxes, which are still high.
But when you talked about it earlier, you talked about it from a business perspective. So like, I feel like when you talked about the marriage, you talked about it from a business perspective. But when you talked about this specific scenario, it wasn't from a business perspective. It was from I'm in a relationship and he does not paying anything on the mortgage. So let me come in there for free and pay bills with him.
But this is a relationship. We're talking about a marriage. And the way that I do a marriage and a relationship is different. Relationship.
So why in a relationship should you be free on assets, but in a marriage you contribute more?
If you because I feel like at that point we both benefit from that. Like I'm not like if you do anything with the house, I don't benefit from what you do with the house. I don't.
So before that, you just use me?
I'm not using you because
But it is.
It's not using.
Okay.
It's already paid off. So that was done before I came in the picture. If I came in the picture and you were paying on it still, and you were like, if you move in with me, I want you to contribute this much. That's a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But this is paid off. You're strictly taking money from me for whatever you so choose.
Let me get into the chats real quick. Christopher, thank you for the $2 super chat. Why are men still expected to court if we are partners? Ooh.
Why are men expected to court if we are partners?
I want him.
You court before we become partners. We're not partners at the time that you're courting. At the time that you're courting, we are strangers.
So then at the point that we're done courting and you want to live with me, all of a sudden you're not INDEPEND.
No, I'm still that.
What?
I'm still that.
I think we should just turn this off and fight real quick and then come back on.
Maybe we should fight and let them see us fight.
You think so? We should show that. I don't want to catch a charge. Jonathan, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Here's a good communication exercise. Naya, explain MTR's point of view. Oh, shit. And discuss what's wrong with the statement. MTR, explain Naya's point of view and discuss what's wrong. Oh, that's fun as fuck.
No, that's a good exercise. We're not about to do that right now, but we'll do
that. What you mean?
Are we gonna talk about this the whole night? Should we not give the people something else?
Well, listen, we just got a $10 super chat that came through, so we got to give the people that.
So, all right, we'll give them a little bit.
Okay, and then we'll pivot. We'll pivot after.
Okay, because I just thought we've been talking about this for like hour and a half, almost hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna pivot after. We're gonna go.
Look at exercise.
We'll do that real quick, and then let's get into the why men can't share emotions with women. Guys, listen, we're an hour and 20 something minutes into it. Again, we're gonna cut it at 2 fucking hours. We'll see how we're at the 2 hour mark, but like we can't do another 4 or 5 hours. Like I can't do it no more. I can't. I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I don't think Nia can today.
I could, but I don't want to.
Yeah. Why don't you want to? You don't like my people?
I love it, but for 4 or 5 hours.
What you doing tonight? You got plans?
That's a whole show.
You got a whole plans? You got plans later?
Maybe I do. Okay.
You don't have plans later.
You don't know what I got plans to do. You don't know my life.
You don't got plans.
Maybe I do.
All right, so listen. So let's try to explain each other's points. So right now, you are the dude who has the assets, and I am the woman, and I'm trying to move in with you. Okay. Yes. So in the post that we brought up. Oh shit! Did I lose it? There we go. In the post that I brought up, he presented her
with the proposed budget.
Can I highlight this? Can they see this highlighted? No, they can't see. It's a picture. He presented her with the proposed budget based on half the cost of the household bills, along with the rental amount for $800. She was flabbergasted. Okay, that's an SAT word.
I love flabbergasted. That's such a funny word to me.
That's an SAT word. Okay, so you present to me. Let's do a little bit of role play.
All right. So, listen. I got a house.
Yeah.
I'm used to staying in an expensive ass apartment.
Yeah.
And I think that we should have a conversation about, we're moving forward. So, what you're trying to do? We're gonna keep paying our own separate things. We're moving in together. What we doing?
All right, so listen. So I know this relationship is taking itself to the next level.
Okay.
And I feel as though let's, your crib, you got to pay it off.
Mhm.
Okay, it's paid off. Let me live in there. I'll split half the bills with you. Okay, and then we can live happily ever after.
So I agree that we should split the bills. But my mortgage paid off. I worked really hard on paying it off in 5 years. And I feel like you should pay me $800 for rent on top of what? Half of the bills.
I am flabbergasted. Don't you love me? Don't you think we are special together?
I love you. I think you're special, but I want my $800 on top of that.
$800 is so expensive. I know that I'm paying $2,000, or I will be paying $2,000 a month now. But don't you feel like we have something special together? Like, don't you feel like what we have and the time that we can spend together, don't you think that's worth something?
$800.
I feel so gross. I feel so gross. It's not natural to me, guys. I'm trying my goddamn hardest.
So,
wait, no, hold on. Let me keep going. Let me keep trying. But listen, the wealth of my viscosity is way above $800 a month. You clap out in this vagina.
You a prostitute?
Yes. Yes. I want to exchange my vagina for rent. Yes.
Well, it is pretty good. I'll think about it. Okay.
Yo! I don't know if I can do that again, guys. I feel like I'm about to go vomit in the corner.
You'll be fine.
I'll be honest with you. Jonathan, salute. Thank you so much for giving a $10 super chat, my G. How'd y'all feel about that exchange? I couldn't do it no more. MGTOW and the man, Patreon supporter. Male hoeing good, marriage bad. I talk about this on my channel from time to time. I'm going to do multiple. Solo TV, what's good, my G? How are you, bro? Hope all is well, man. How are you? Solo, what the fuck? We got content to do together, Solo. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, my G. I'm tired of the games, okay? I'm tired. Let's make some content happen, bro. Shit. Who's Hotep in here? I hope it's not you. Hope you haven't switched over. Solo TV 84. He is the Caucasian girl king. If I ever come out to Minneapolis, he's going to show me how the slopes are looking out there. Right, Solo? Right. MGTOW man, again, male hoeing good, marriage is bad. Listen, I agree the marriage is bad part. I don't think that it makes sense. I don't think the male hoeing is good. I'll be honest with you. You know why? I've lived a life in many vaginas. And I tell you what, it's not as valuable as what the media wants to tell you. You know, we've been fed an idea that you are more manly the more vaginas that you have. I've had a lot at the same time. It starts to get numbing after a while. It's like if you overconsume on porn, like it just gets numbing. You know, I think you cannot overconsume your purpose and your meaning in life. And I think far too much of us don't do that. Okay. MGTOW man, I appreciate you always, my brother. I appreciate you always, bro. Damn, y'all going the fuck in on the Chizat.
Whatever y'all buy together, go back. That's a super chat.
Did I miss one?
No, you're going down.
Jonathan. Yo, we should run that communication exercise back again. Like we should do that multiple times. We should keep on doing that shit.
That's kind of funny.
I felt so gross arguing for your shit.
Being a jerk.
Ethos 13, whatever y'all buy together is hers at the end of the day. If she listen, guys, I'm not a millennial. Okay, I am a millennial, but I'm on the far end. Y'all been using some acronyms sometime and using some emojis that I don't understand what the fuck y'all even talking about. And you know what I'm saying?
Keep scrolling.
Keep scrolling. MTR's Picture right now. Yeah, bro. Menzi, what's good, my G? How are you? That's South Africa in the building right there. Menzi, when we doing that AI talk, bro? Talk to me. When we doing that AI talk, let's make it happen. Okay. Solo TV. Women only good for sex and cooking. Maybe some companionship. How you feel about that, Naya?
I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
Well, listen. So if we talk about, and then we're going to pivot real quick, and then we're going to pivot into the original, one of the comments on all the topics, titles of the video. Mm-hmm. If we talk about the benefits of what we bring to each other's lives, I think that it's important to ask the question, what is that? So as a man, I think that we bring significant value to a woman's life.
Like?
Security, protection, logic, rationale, forward-thinking, futuristic understanding, brawn,
why do you assume?
Muscles, strength. We're taller than you. We can reach up to the highest cabinet.
I know some 6'2" girls.
Those are big bitches, but they're not frequent.
No bitches. That's not nice.
Those are big women.
Thank you.
But they're not frequent. That's an outlier. You can know them, but that's an anecdotal example of not the usual.
There's a lot of 5'8" men walking around. I just want to point that out.
I also want to point out, let me ask you a question. If you were hanging off of a cliff and you couldn't see, you had a choice between a man being able to pull you up, and a woman being able to pull you up, and you couldn't see the person, who would you choose?
I don't give a damn who it is. Whoever put me up.
But see, Naya, that's why it doesn't make sense. Because
what doesn't make sense?
If I'm asking you, if you cannot see who it is, who would you trust your life with being able to pull you up?
If I'm on the side of a cliff, I don't give a damn who pulls me up. Somebody pull me goddamn up.
Do you think the man would be more capable or the woman would be more capable?
It depends. It depends. Because I can't see. So I'm a lawyer. So
most of the time.
So I'm a lawyer. So I would just start by saying that every question that we answer, it depends, because that's how our mind was manipulated in law school. However.
Yeah. Razio, thank you so much for that super chat last time. I think it's a great question.
I don't know. Like, I feel like, there's some scrawny ass men. There's some strong ass women. There's some scrawny ass women, some strong ass men. Whoever can pull me up, just put me up.
But I'm saying, if you couldn't see who was pulling you up, and you knew it was a man and it was a woman, who would you choose?
Whoever can get me off the side of the
bed. And I think this is where we really divide it. And I hear you saying it depends, but your logical rationale, we all know that men are bigger and stronger in aggregate than women.
Yeah, but you're asking me to make a decision on something that I can't see.
But I'm saying,
so you said I can't see. I don't know who it is. So I'm like, at the end of the day, whoever can put me outside is what I'm trying to. I'm trying to get outside the mountain.
But you have to rely on the law of averages.
Do I?
Yes,
is that what you rely on?
Because you can't see. So if you know that men on average are 5'10", 155 pounds, but you know women on average are 5'5", 120 pounds, and you need someone bigger and stronger to pull you up, and you're saying to me it depends, that's not a logical reaction to that. And it's
not illogical either.
It is.
It's not.
Okay. How is it not illogical?
Because I can't see them, so I don't know who is the stronger person. You ask me to make a decision off of because what if what usually isn't the case in this particular situation, which is possible.
But again, you have your eyes closed, so you're gonna go with the choice that has the highest likelihood of being truth.
Can I choose both?
No, you cannot choose both. So here's the thing. Here's the problem that I have with it is that I feel like if women were generally bigger and stronger than men, as they are in most mammals, you would pick women. But I feel like you will not acknowledge that men have a particular physical benefit over women.
I will acknowledge that men are typically stronger and bigger than women. I'm acknowledging that is a general from a general standpoint. That's generally the case. What I'm saying is, it doesn't in this particular situation, I don't give a damn who it is. If it's both of them,
but I'm saying you have to make a decision, and you cannot see, and you're saying it's a man or a woman, and generally men are bigger and stronger, and women are not as big and strong as men.
So you want me to choose the man?
I'm saying, which one would you logically pick? And it seems as if you're saying, I don't want to make a decision. And I'm trying to dive into why you don't want to make a decision of man or woman when you know that men are generally bigger.
Because I feel like what generally happened, what generally is the consensus, isn't always the case. So it's like, I don't know. Like, let's say that I choose the man and he's 5'2". Like, that's
okay.
It's ghetto.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I feel like that's kind of the hard part. It's like, it's hard to make a decision when I can't see off a generalization. If I can see with my eyes that the man is 6'5", 225, I'm gonna choose the man because I'm like, the likelihood, I'm 5'5". I don't know how much I weigh, but probably let's say 140, 150. And he put them. I'm like, okay, this man weighs more than me. He's strong and tall. He could probably put me in. But then it's like, let's say I get a 5'2" person. I'm gonna be like, shit, I'm taller and bigger than you, and you can't do shit for me.
I think that I understand what you're saying, and here's the difference: is that I'm willing to admit when men are deficient in certain capabilities. Like if you asked me, all right, MTR, you are wanting to be nurtured to the best of your ability back from sickness to health. You have a man that you have to choose from, or a woman that you have to choose from. 100% of the time, I would pick a woman if I didn't know anything about their backgrounds, because in aggregate, women are way more feminine and
they're
nurturers and this. So on the flip side, if you flip it over, I understand and am willing to admit that I think women have much more of a soothing, nurturing, guiding hand in understanding what someone might be going through and meet you at the impasse that you currently are. And I'm willing to admit, and I'm willing to, continue the conversation forward in a way that I would choose. Right. So and this is why I feel like it's important to have these conversations, right? Because I think it's okay. I think it's okay that I want to choose a woman to do that. And right. I feel like there's components of the media that have tried to equal us out, irrespective of our predisposed genetic advantages.
So let me say this. If I had to choose based off a general nature between a man and a woman, I'm gonna choose a man.
To pull you up.
Yes. I think
you gotta turn on a red light for that. Oh, she finally admitted it. She finally admitted it, gents. I see all the chats that's coming in. Sorry, guys. I haven't been able to keep up. We got 130 of y'all in here. Salute to my G's in the chat. But anyway, continue. I just want to turn on the red light real quick. I forgot I had a soundboard. You know I had a soundboard.
DJ Coupon.
Hey, you know I had a soundboard. I forgot to fucking mention the shit.
We should have been doing this shit the entire time.
I forgot about it. It's hard for me to remember stuff when I get so much deflection from Denia. But anyway, continuing. Hey-o. Anyway, I didn't want to cut you off. What?
If he come back on here tomorrow, because he got a new live stream, he got a knot on his head like the little characters on live stream, y'all know what happened.
That's domestic violence. I'm calling the cops on your ass. Call them. This is 2020.
I beat them up too.
So anyway,
at any rate, if I have to think about generalizations, I think and maybe we lost what it is to me. Mm-hmm. I have a harder time with generalizations because I'm like, what's generalized is always true. And we learn in school, everything is depends. Even when something seems like a clear answer, when you go to court, it can always be it depends. And so it's not necessarily about wanting to not choose or want to be argumentative or whatever the case may be. That is literally what they teach you. The answer to everything is depends. And so that type of thinking seeps into your regular, everyday way of life. You're like, okay, this is it depends situation. And things. But in the same vein, certain things are black and white, like, you know, and I think that's kind of the crux of being the way that you think. Like, it's kind of cracked. It's like, you're like, okay, things are black and white or things are gray. And it's hard because it's like, you know, some things square peg, square hole. And these things were like, okay, in this particular situation, the circle peg actually fits inside the square hole.
Why you always lying?
Yeah, hater.
All right, I'm gonna read out the next super chat. Let me go back up to the top. Daryl Stevens, are you against being drafted for war?
So I'll be honest, I'm not going to nobody's damn war. I'm not. So if Trump sends y'all asses to war, tell him do not look for me.
Oh, wait a minute.
So
Wait a minute.
Calm down. So I don't. This is the thing. I think there are, and I think both sides, male and female, can agree to this. There are certain levels of equality that you want, and certain levels of equality that you don't want. Like, there are certain things that as men you may want your woman to do, and as women that you may want your man to do, and there's certain areas where you guys may want equity.
You want the level of equality that allows you to benefit.
It's not even always that, because I feel like at the end of the day,
why would you want men to go to war but not women?
I don't want them to go to war either. I hope everybody stay at home.
No. But listen, if we have war, we have to make some decisions.
If we have war, you have already said to me that generally men are bigger and stronger. And
yeah, but you won't pick us to lift you up from the goddamn. So why?
I just told you that I would.
But it took you 15 minutes to come to that.
It didn't take 15 minutes, as you tell. Anyway.
So you would choose a man to pick you up?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Yes.
I didn't know we reached this level of the conversation.
Yes.
Okay. So you would also select a man to go to war?
I wouldn't select anybody to go to war.
Okay,
if I had to select people to go to war, I would send the people that want to make us go to war. Like, take your ass over there then. Since you're making decisions about other people's lives, you take your ass over there.
I'm a 32-year-old broke dude. Should I just kill myself?
No.
Stop trolling.
No.
Number one. Number two, I'm older than you. If you're serious about that, send me a note. Send me an email, mediocretutorialsandreviews@gmail.com. Hope you're not. Send me a note. The answer is no. But send me a note if you're serious about that. So listen, they're going off in here. Do you see this, men? Christopher. Yeah, we're pissed. She's an attorney that tries to convince the jury that the sky is not always blue, even though it's always blue. Listen, that's a good attorney, though.
Did OJ get off or did he not?
Did he not, though? Nah.
Period.
Yeah. The sky sometimes be pink, magenta. I see it.
The sky is whatever color you want it to be.
Come on, girl. Let them know. Your leg hot like shit. Jesus Christ. You all right?
This is what happens when you're next to a warm body.
Your leg is Africa hot.
It's not Africa. Well, God bless Africa. Shout out to the motherland.
Shout out to the motherland. What you doing over there? We need refills. Salute. Everybody that's down in the red cup talk. Shout out to Shao Kahn. Shoulder charge, my G. Damn, y'all didn't tell me they was doing a live stream today. Listen, sometimes I just go up. You know what I mean? I was gonna advertise this. Honestly, my week just got so busy. That's really what it was. I should have worked on advertising.
Somebody asked me what I think about gender roles.
Yo, we've been going the fuck up in here, by the way, my G. Salute to you, Shao Kahn. What you think about gender roles? Because at the end of the day, I feel like, here's what I think.
So let me move my hot leg.
Your leg is on fire. Your leg is completely on fire. I need some extra ice here. You need some ice? What's going on?
No, I'm good right now. You need ice? Go ahead.
Yeah, let me go get some ice.
I'll talk about gender roles while you're away.
You talk about gender roles real quick because I feel like here's the thing. When we started this conversation about who would you have pull you up, you were unrelenting in not admitting that men are bigger, stronger, and you'd probably select them for the role. But when the conversation switched to the draft.
No. I said it before then. Let's not do that.
Okay. So it just took you some time to come around.
No, I think that if I'm going off the general consensus of men are bigger and stronger, then I would choose a man. That's not always the case, that the man is bigger and stronger. I could be dealing with a 5'2" man.
But with working with the law of averages, not the law of outliers.
Working with the law of averages, I would choose a man unequivocally.
We made some headway, gents. It took us a while. Guys. Anyway, talk about gender roles, and then let me go get a refill, and then I'm gonna come back in here, and then we're gonna switch off to that other discussion about men sharing their emotions
For a whole 2 minutes because it's 1:45.
No, we got time. We can go to 2:30 if not. What you think?
That's how I feel about.
Oh shit, Holly Sales. Thank you so much for the $20.20 super chat. First time I seen your icon. So thank you for coming through. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your contribution. Society is getting softer. We can't assume the traditional roles. We are feeling pressure to tap into our primal instincts because right now, our global society is struggling to scale. The system is so large, it's fragmenting. That's an interesting point.
They say we late.
That's a crazy, interesting point. So to start off, society is getting softer. You know, here's the problem: is that everyone has an opinion.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
Everybody has one, and that's not changed in our society. What has changed is what opinions can reach.
Social media has changed.
I mean, I'm telling you, every organization, every major organization has a social media department who tracks everything, every little thing that is said about a company. And they have response units for everything that is said about their company. Legit. Company I work for has a response. They have a whole floor that's dedicated to responding at the drop of a dime to surges in social media.
I would say this though, real quick, this is just anecdotally. Whoever runs Wendy's social media is the GOAT. I don't know if y'all watch their social media.
Who runs what?
Wendy's social media.
Oh, it's an ad agency. It's not Wendy's. So I know that.
Because their clapbacks are legendary. I love seeing them argue with like Burger King and Popeyes and all that.
Yeah. Well, they have an ad company. That's not Wendy's. Wendy's itself, Wendy's corporate would never respond like that.
Well, I know.
But they have an ad agency.
But they let somebody, whoever, but obviously there was someone run their shit that respond, and it's pretty hilarious. I think it's good.
They do a very good job, but that's not Wendy's. That's an ad company.
Well, yeah, I assume that it wasn't exactly Wendy's, but I was whoever runs there.
My boy works at Wendy's, not Wendy's retail, but like Wendy's corporate. That's how I know.
Yeah, that's where what's the name used to work too.
No more names. Shit.
I said, what's her name? Goddamn.
All right. So we can't assume traditional roles. What you think about that? Assuming traditional roles.
I feel like people pick and choose when they want to have certain roles. Like.
That's a good point.
I think, you know, people will be like, I want women to do, or I want men to do X, but it just depends on the situation. And some changes, they're like, oh, I don't want that from them. So I think that it just really depends on, like the situation. I feel like people should pick and choose. And I think that's what's the most problematic is that people be like, you know, you want so-and-so to be equal, but then it's like in certain situations, you want them to be subservient. Or vice versa, you want them to be more aggressive. So I think it just depends.
I think
I see it all the time. I see it from a female perspective. I see it as like you want me to do the more nurturing, take care of home type of responsibilities, but then you also are wanting me to do the more the other responsibilities.
Are you a fan
of your partner?
I'm sorry. I'm hearing you. Are you a fan of the traditional roles?
So I think I like a hybrid of the roles.
Apparently, because you were unrelenting and unrelinquishing in your idea of who you want to pull you up. Knowing.
So you're not gonna let it go?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna let it go. However, because you've attained what I like to call growth. Because now that you've understood the situation from different perspectives, right? Like you understood it from the perspective of pulling you up from a cliff. More so when what was asked to you was the draft question.
Well, and like I said from the draft question, at the end of the day, I want whoever's deciding that we should go to war, they should take their asses to war. I don't feel like war is for humans generally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but a draft, you don't have a choice.
Right. But the draft has been the draft, and it's been done the way it's been done for however long. The fact of the matter is, I think that people pick and choose when they want the gender roles to apply. Men do this as well. So, you know, I think for me personally, like there are certain areas where I'm more independent, but there are certain things that I do want my man to do in my relationship. And I'm okay with admitting that. Like, I don't feel there's any shame in it. Just like a man might be like, you know, I'm doing this for myself right now, but there's certain things that when I get in a relationship or I get married that I prefer my women to do.
I think it's easier to not give up the role if it benefits you.
But even so that, like, I feel like, and I can only speak to myself. I can't speak for every woman, but me generally, I'm a domestic person. Like, I am the person that wants to nurture. I'm the person that likes to cook. I like those, like the more domestic type of elements. Those are all things that I enjoy doing. Even though I'm a super independent woman that gets it on her own, out here doing what she can do for herself, I really enjoy taking care of other people. Like, I'm a people person. I like caring for others, and I fully intend on caring for my husband when that time comes. I see nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't take away from me being independent. It doesn't take from me being the lawyer, the who I am in my own right, and my own personal who I was before he came into the picture. Nothing takes away from that by me doing that. And I think that there has to be some type of balance where it's like nothing is being taken away from you by doing the things that you want to do for your partner. And I think sometimes people don't acknowledge. They be like, "Oh, if you're doing that, you a simp, or you acting like Molly DeMay." Like, no. There are certain things that I want to do for my man, and I have no issues with doing that. And this is my relationship. So why your nose knee deep in my shit? That's what your shit's in shambles.
Haley, thank you so much for the $20.20 super chat. Love that comment right there. Had us thinking for a second. Michael Bennett, thank you so much, my G, Patreon supporter, for the $9.99 super chat. Studying Jordan Peterson, you find women are biologically predisposed to negative emotions. This is why women depend on men for their happiness. A woman claiming she brings good vibes is selling dreams.
I hope you let that hurt go. God bless you.
Wait, what?
I said, I hope you let that hurt go. God bless him.
Wait, hold up. Let me stop this scrolling shit because we can't see you when I do that. I'm just noticing that right now. I don't think that's hurt.
It did seem hurt.
Well, here's the thing. And this is why I appreciate your perspective so much, is because I feel like we're on such different sides of the dating game, right? And I feel like part of the benefit, the reason why we do this, is understanding of both of our perspectives, right? And there is so the way that men and women think about, what creates and makes happiness is fundamentally different.
But I think the idea that women depend on men for their happiness is fundamentally incorrect. I think there are some women who depend on men for their happiness, but for you to make a blanket statement that women in general depend on men for their happiness, I think is incorrect. I'm happy as a peach and I ain't got no man. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, having a man would be cool, but I'm not going to be miserable because I don't have one. Because happiness is individual. It comes from the inside of me. Like, I'm not dependent on anyone else for my happiness. So the idea that women in general are depending on men for their happiness, to me, I can't subscribe to that. I'm not saying there are not women out there that do that. I think that's a true statement. There are women who depend on another man or another human being for their happiness, but generally, like, no. Like,
do you want to build a family?
I do.
So a component of a family is a man to build it with, right?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you will not be happy if you don't have a family? You'll be happy if you, do you feel like you'll be happy if you don't have a family?
I will.
So you're okay with being 60 years old and single?
I mean, there's worse things that could happen.
No. Do you feel like you'll be 60 years old?
I think for me personally, that is something that I want.
To have a family.
Is to have a family and to be married.
Will that make you happy?
I think it would add to my happiness, but I am happy as an individual.
So wouldn't that make you happy? Aren't you dependent on a man in order to increase to that level of happiness? Let me ask you another question.
No, because my happiness I'm happy regardless. Would that add or increase happiness in some capacity? Maybe, but like, I'm not unhappy without having that.
I don't. So I okay. And I'm trying to just break it down and understand what happiness means.
And just like, you know what I'm saying, like, you're single and you were happy. You know what I'm saying? If you got to be dating someone that really added value to your life, you would still be happy. It would add to your happiness. But are you not happy because you don't have that? No.
Thank you again, Michael, for the $10 super chat. I think I agree with you. I am very happy and whole within myself, but men are different than women. So let's also consider that as well. So I was on a live stream earlier today for Chloe. I'm subscribed to her channel because I want to react off of some of the things that she says.
Chloe?
It's a YouTube channel. It's like a female YouTube hypergamous channel. And I was in the chat and I'm like waiting for the shit to start. I was on lunch break, actually. That's the only reason that I was in it. And I had my earphones in and shit. And the people that were in the chat, the women that were in the chat, were speaking as if these are the things that you have to do in order to ascertain a man. And it was things like being highly feminine and like all these different things or what have you. And however, one of the problems with the reasons that I had in the way that they were talking is if they were doing it for the come up. They were doing it for like a money.
But that was the nature of that conversation. That was hypergamy.
That was hypergamy.
So I feel like separated from that because I feel like hypergamy, we talked about that and what that means. For those who are not familiar, it's basically dating someone for a come up. So when that's the conversation, well, that's the channel, that's expected to that type of conversation. But that's not reflective of women generally. I think that's a sector of women. Okay,
so men should stay away from those type of women.
I mean, unless you want to be a lick. Some people want to be a lick.
Well, I think allowing the $800. Oh, no.
Please don't do it. If one of us goes in, then we all go through it.
Naya, you're entertaining. You are. Okay. Okay, listen, we're right at 2 hours. Salute to everybody that's in the chat.
What's okay? Okay.
Shady God. Thank you for I don't know what the fuck that is. NOK. The $10 nook. I don't know what that is, but salute to you, Shady God.
Nowhere?
Yeah, Shady God, where are you from?
Yeah.
Where are you from? Looking at some of these chats.
They be mad.
No, they're not. They're not mad.
They do. They some mad ass niggas.
Shady God didn't write a comment with his last super chat, so I'm gonna just read this one. Jordan Peterson is a scientist and a psychologist. He is. Salute to the king. He has found that women are biologically predisposed to negative emotions. You can't deny science. Naya, I haven't seen the science, so I can't.
Yeah, I can't speak to that. Shoot the link. I mean, if you really believe in this and you feel like, you know, whoever Jordan Peterson is, shoot the link.
Oh, I've done videos on him.
Let me see some.
Oh yeah,
I don't know anything about him. I didn't know who that is.
I'd love to show it to you and then do an entire stream on the content. Like I feel like, or not, or maybe we'll do a pre-recorded video on the content. I feel like it would be fantastic for it. But he is an intellectual scientist, psychologist. He might even be a PhD, like that has researched all of these things.
Is he the only one with his conclusion, or are there multiple people that have come to this conclusion?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen what he's talking about, the negative emotions.
And that's what I like to see is multiple people come to conclusions. I feel like one person's conclusion is really not convincing to me. Like I feel like generally most people need to see multiple things of someone that they be like, I seen this study has been done multiple times in order for it to be considered credible.
I think that what are they saying? North Korea? They're saying he's in North Korea. 10 North Korea bucks. Damn, bro. That means that shit is like 2 cents. Salud. Yeah, look at all the people that's in here. As a PhD is to give that giveaway. Yeah, Jordan Peterson will have you. Jordan Peterson will have you very angry, Naya.
Really?
Yes, because the way that he talks about things is very matter of fact. It's very as if we all know it. Like, but it's with a degree of logic, like that is like I feel like sometimes when I talk, I still try to like bend to different ideologies that fit outside of my scope. Mm-hmm. But he shuts down bend. You know what I'm saying? Like he shuts it down in a way.
So he's a brick wall. Got it.
But it's like in a way that it's very hard to refute because number one, he's a clinical psychologist.
But he is also one person. So I feel like if I see multiple people that have come to the same conclusion as him, then I could probably get some more credence to what he's saying.
Yeah. All right. So we'll watch it at a different time. What's happening in the chat? Haley, dear suicide guy. Who's the suicide guy? Oh, the guy from earlier?
Yeah.
Reach out to the host. My friend just overdosed. Ooh, is he serious?
I don't know. That's crazy though.
Yeah. Rest in power. Rest in peace. Listen, man, the whole drug thing. Listen, there's so many men out there that are dealing with so much, the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they don't feel like they have a person to talk to. We have resources that are available to us. There's suicide hotlines that are 1-800, free to call. I would implore you guys, if you encounter suicidal thoughts, if you are in a space where you feel like you can't get yourself out of, there's resources. You don't have to feel like it's completely on you or yourself. Okay. There's resources out there for you. I mean, I know of men that have actually dealt with domestic violence situations. There's domestic violence hotlines. It is not unmanly to get help.
Definitely not. Like, if you need help, reach out to whoever you need to. This is a more serious note, like, but reach out to whoever you need to. If you feel like you just need somebody to talk to, feel free to hit the message. Feel free to
you got my email.
Feel free to get some professional help. Getting professional help doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you any less of a man. It's just realizing that there are certain things that you are experiencing that you're unable to handle, and that's okay. Get that help. We need you here and there. Your family loves you. People around you are looking forward to your presence, and just make sure you're keeping that mindset. And if you feel like you're kind of slipping off, make sure you're talking to somebody. Shout out to Daryl for sharing the suicide hotline.
Listen, it's a temporary solution, which is a lifelong decision to a temporary problem. Excuse me. It's a permanent decision.
Permanent solution to a temporary problem.
To a temporary problem.
Yeah.
I don't think that there is a problem large enough to take you off God's green earth. So there's resources that are available to you. I haven't seen what else is going on in the chat. I don't know if someone's trolling or if it's something real, but you know, I take that very seriously. So, Naya, we're 2 hours and 5 hours in. Excuse me, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Dang, that crown got you going.
That crown got me good and ready to go. Salute to the crown.
I feel like honestly we've talked enough.
I feel like we can wrap it up right here. I feel like 2 hours and 5 minutes is a good
agree.
ass. Like I feel like I want to turn this off and then do a video with you, like a pre-recorded one. I feel like we'll pull up Jordan Peterson and go to fucking what you think.
I'm not ready for that today.
Oh, you need a break. You need a break now, do you?
Yeah, that's for another day.
Naya! I appreciate you for coming through.
You know, I come through, do my thing.
To all the supporters, all the super chatters, all my Patreoners, I wholeheartedly appreciate, respect, and salute you. Thank you for all of the support. I can't even tell you guys what it means to me. I can't even, it's hard for me to even put it into words, but you've seen over the past couple of years the amount of time and energy and effort that I put into kind of creating a platform for people to get together and just to talk about different scenarios and situations. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. You are part of my family. There's hundreds of y'all in here. Again, I got an email down there. If y'all think about some weird shit, I'll make time for that shit. Okay. I make time for suicide type talks. I'll make time for that. Okay. This for me is not something that I'm doing. That's just, I'm like a fly by night or on a whim, right? I'm creating friendships, right? Wholly and truly. So I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. Just before we get out of here, I just saw FB just reached out with a $20 super chat. Come on. Come on. Salute, FB. FB, as we about to get out of here, just caught up. The woman living for free creates a relationship that isn't mutually beneficial. She increases her wealth without contributing anything but see. A breakup puts her in a better financial place. While, where's the rest, FB? Where's the rest, FB? Damn, I was late. It's all good, my G. It's all good. I appreciate the love and the respect, bro. A woman living for free creates a relationship that isn't mutually beneficial. Come on.
She's not even for free. We already talked about this. Go ahead and replay the live stream a little later. We appreciate you on the late end. But I hit the points about her not living for free and that she is contributing half to the taxes as well as half of all the bills and whatever other household income could be part of their agreement, or not income, but household expenses that could be part of their agreement.
Is there anything that she contributes by not paying the $800 a month and half of the bills besides vagina?
I don't know. That's up to you. That's up to you.
Wait, but hold on. I want you to answer that.
That's not what the question was.
No. He says it right here. She increases her wealth
without contributing anything, but she's contributing other things. But she's contributing money to those.
No, but just the bills. No, but just the bills. Just like half the bills. So, is there anything else besides the inside of her womb that she's contributing?
I assume so. I assume she might be doing some cooking, some cleaning, whatever the case may be.
That's the assumption, but often there's an assumption difference than actuality. No,
I think not in the domestic area. I feel like if she move in with you, she's expecting to do some bit of domestic work. And part of her thrives in that. She's like, I don't mind doing this for my man.
If she's moving in, not paying shit but half of the bills, every day meal, I get home from work, doggy. Okay, I walk into the bedroom, just wait for me there. Okay.
This crown really got you talking that shit. I have mercy.
Vacuum, Chlor, immaculate. I mean, it has to be made up in other ways.
I'm not your fucking wife.
No, you're not. But you're also my roommate who's living rent free. So
Roommate. So
gotta,
roommate means that we both clean and cook and do shit.
So I'm
your fucking roommate.
So we got to make it up in other ways.
Boy, I'm not about to play these games with you.
FB, thank you so much for the $20. Yo, there was so much love shared on this shit tonight.
Thank you, brother.
I think they really understand the passion, you know?
I agree.
I wholeheartedly respect you guys.
Even though I saw somebody don't want me to come back on here.
Who said that?
That man. Kevin. He don't want me to come back.
Kevin, sorry, bro. We're bringing Naya back on. You know why? Let me touch on that real quick. I've touched on it a bunch of times in the conversation. Naya's coming back on because Naya represents the complete opposite of me. Am I lying? No. Everything that you believe in, I've never agreed with you on anything ever.
No, you have.
But when the fuck have we?
If they go back 2 videos, you said that you agreed with me like 3 or 4 times.
I don't remember.
Do we need to pull it up? Because I mean we can. You said you'd agree with me. So I was even surprised by the shit. I was like, niggas never said he agreed with this many times.
We should do a whole live stream going over your last video. Or any video.
Listen, don't be fooled. He was talking a lot of shit on this here YouTube. I'm not saying he don't believe that shit, but he does agree with me sometimes.
Okay. But the way that we're talking throughout this whole live stream.
We've been on opposite ends.
Yeah, but this is
throughout the live stream.
Well, but I just want to make it clear. This is me.
I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying you talk a lot on YouTube, but you do agree with me sometimes.
I'll agree with you on YouTube if I agree with you.
And you have.
Okay. I just want to keep that funky. I don't want you out here talking like I'm different some out of YouTube than here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Just making sure. Lewis, I'll be seeing you down in the comments, bro.
I told you it was Norway. I knew it.
GP? What?
He said JP is a
University of Toronto professor. Jordan Porter.
Yeah, but he said plus NLK is Norwegian krona. I told you it was Norway.
Oh, Norwegian krona. Okay. And anecdotes in his teachings plus NLK is Norwegian krona. Lewis, thank you so much, bro. Yo, Lewis, by the way, I saw your last message. If you want to come on to a live stream, just stay tuned. I don't know when I ever do it. Like tonight, we're not going to do it because Naya doesn't have that much time. She's got shit to do later. So I wanted to make it about 2 hours or so. But again, I appreciate all of y'all for coming through. Let me just say what up to the bottom of the chat. G3 says she getting wet. What? G3! Show Naya some respect. If you're trying to find an echo chamber, go somewhere else. It's all about progress. Avery. Salute, my G. You already know what we getting on. It's wavy, baby. I ain't mad at you, Razil. Razil, where you be at down in the chats, man? Free, BJ or something. Salute. Y'all all, I am demonetized like a motherfucker because of all of y'all. Lord Commander, first time seeing you down here, my G. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Part of the journey is the great and my G. Salute. Thank all of y'all for coming through. We had a fantastic conversation tonight. Again, tomorrow, Amber's coming through. And I tell you what, I'm planning on doing a live stream with Amber and Gamal. 2 married folks.
Who's Gamal?
Gamal, that's my man. He's been on the channel before. He listen, I'm gonna put this on the bottom. Listen, drop a like right now. I know there's 80 of y'all in here right now. Drop a like on the video before we get the fuck out of here. Gamal is married. He's been married for 10 years. Amber's been married for like 4 or 5 years. Okay. So I'm gonna have them both on. It's gonna be Gamal, Amber, and me in the live stream, and we're gonna have a clear, coherent, and consistent conversation about the benefits of marriage. That shit's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, you guys gotta stay the fuck tuned because I'm gonna make them reassess some shit when they come on. I'm gonna make them reassess some shit. Okay, and y'all gonna see that live, and y'all can ask whatever questions y'all want. I appreciate y'all. I've been rambling because I've been drinking for a little while. Anything to say before we get out of here?
Peace out, mother suckers.
Peace out, mother suckers. Nah, real quick. Appreciate you for coming on. You're coming back. Would love to have you back on. I feel like this was a fantastic conversation. I feel like you've switched some positions.
No.
Since we started this conversation. Motherfucker, you was gonna have
Who's gonna have it?
Naya.
Okay.
You was gonna have a weak ass lady pull you up, and now
I was just worried about a 5'2" Negro trying to pull me up. Shoot.
who needs cable when you got MTR? Listen, cancel your cable subscriptions. If it's not giving you value, if you feel like you're just sitting back and you just watching TV and you just watching shit, and it's just, if it's not giving you value, we're providing value.
Don't watch TV, watch me.
Okay, Cameron. Salud, my G's. Until next time, come through tomorrow about 7 p.m. Then we're gonna have a discussion with Amber. Until next time, YouTube. Pardon the masculinity. Peace. Wait, hold on. Where's the end broadcast?